Welcome, friends. Today, we are starting a new discovery series. Exciting. And the house we are going to be discovering is the house of Parfum d'Empire. Outrageous. So, after hearing from many people and taking their counsel, I decided to invest in a sample set from Parfum d'Empire, as I've just stated. They have many fans, and they are pretty committed. People who like them rave about them, you know, and certain ones in particular. There are some famous ones. I don't own anything by the brand, but I have done before. Okay. I owned a bottle which I bought a partial of Iskander, from Parfum d'Empire, clearly, and I bought it off Scentland, the land of scent. And he hated it, and I hated it. I thought it was one of the most average things I have ever smelled, right? I don't know if it was this bottle was off. I don't know if the whole house, but it soured us on the whole house, right? So I thought, screw that, and just never bothered with them again. Obviously, you in the community for long enough, you will hear somebody talk about something, and I did, and people were raving about Ambre Rousse and Musk Tonkin and Queer Ottoman and lots of other different perfumes offerings, I should say, from this house. Okay, so I thought to myself, I'm interested, you know, I'm interested. And then I was talking to Ramsey, who absolutely raves about Queer Ottoman, or was it Musk Tonkin? I think it's both of them. And so I went on the website and got myself a sample set, 80 quid, but you do get a lot of samples, to be fair. And in this, there are, I think, about 20 plus. I don't know exactly how many because I haven't been through them yet, but there are like 20 plus fragrances in this sample set, which is, to me, it's like £4 a sample. I'm all right with that, you know. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. And so here I am, ready to go through these in the same way that I did with Zoologist, which was also a massive sample set, and Etat Libre d'Orange, which was also a massive sample set. But I'm really looking forward to these, you know. I'm really looking forward to these because there is hype. People are excited about these and they really do love them. So here's how it came. I've already opened it and had a quick peek inside. Just a brown box. And in said brown box, you will find Parfum d'Empire. And there is 4 Parfum d'Empire little things. And we're just going to pick one and start and go through it. We'll go through each one as it is. We'll go from left to right. So this is the sample set. And we've picked, I don't know how many are in here. I hope there's not too many. But here's your little box that you get it with. It's got the little, I forget what that is now. Is it like, it's that thing that Julius Caesar wore on his head, isn't it? What's it called? Oh, is it laurels? I think they are laurels. Something like that. Anyway, oh, look. So here we have 3 samples plus 2 other samples. That's not ideal. It's not perfect, is it? But Don't let perfect be the enemy of the good. So, let's get you out and let's see what's happening here. We have Vetiver Bourbon, which I believe is the new one. Acqua di Scandola, which I don't know anything about. Salute, Immortelle Corse, and Mal-Aimé. Okay. So 5. That was more than I was hoping for. But if there's 5 in each one, we'll just go through them and that's how we'll do it. So I'm going to hydrate once more. If you'll excuse me. And of course you will, because you have no choice. But let's have a look and see what's going on. So we'll go from left to right, because that seems to be how we do things around here. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'll get out my trusty sticks, and there are only 4, because of course there are. Fortunately, I came prepared with more. A lot more. So, excuse me whilst I just do this awkwardly. Just talk amongst yourselves. What's going on? There we are. Okay. So 5. I'm going to have to dip one into the Vetiver Bourbon because it doesn't have a spray. They mustn't have samples ready of that one. That's all I could think of. Excuse me. So yes, let's start with Vetiver Bourbon. It is a new release, I believe. Came out in 2022. I should also say the perfumer is the same guy for all of these. It's an in-house perfumer. Now, I don't know if he owns the house or if he's just like, if they've like kidnapped the perfumer or if he's there willingly. I don't know what the crack is, but his name is Marc-Antoine Corticiato. Slow down. Marc-Antoine Corticiato. Fuck me. Sorry about that, Marc-Antoine. I'll just call you Mark from now on, if that's all right, mate. I will perfect that. I should have tried that before I started the video, but I think this is going to be a slightly longer one. Excuse me. Much hydration. 8 minutes in, haven't even started yet. Okay. Vetiver Bourbon. Vetiver Bourbon was launched in 2022. Marc-Antoine Corticiato. Top note, Angelica. Mid notes, Bourbon vetiver and Haitian vetiver and Italian orris root. Ooh. And clove. Base note is ambrette, which is muskmallow. So I'm going to dip this in. Here it is. Vetiver Bourbon. There's my stick. In you go. And I will put you back on because perfumes have a liable to just try and jump out if they possibly can. Oh, I can smell it in the air already. That's very nice. Instantly you get the vetiver, obviously. Reminds me slightly of Guerlain's vetiver. Very rounded, very soft, very... It's a little bit smoky. That might be like with the clove, you know, like clove can give this kind of... That is lovely. That is a very, very nice vetiver. But it's operating in a crowded field. You know, the market is oversaturated with vetivers. You know, vetiver here, vetiver there, vetiver everywhere. But that is beautiful and it's quality and you can smell that it's quality. You know? You get that sort of fresh, smooth, clean kind of vibe, which will be the iris orris root combining with the vetiver, because vetiver can give you that just by itself. It's an amazing note. I don't know, I was talking to Ramsey about it. It might have been somebody else, about how ubiquitous vetiver is, but then how amazing of a note it is as well. This is gorgeous. It's very, very well made. Very high quality ingredients, very soft though. You know, it's not massive, it's not butch, it's very Italian, it's very rounded. That's lovely. That really is very nice. I like that. First impression, very impressed. Very impressed with that, first up. So the next one is Acqua di Scandola. And this is from a different line, apparently. Again, the perfumer is Marc-Antoine Corticciato. Sorry. So this was launched in 2018, and the top notes are lemon, basil, aldehydes, and artemisia. The mid notes are water notes, seaweed, green notes, juniper, fucking water notes and green notes, geranium and raspberry leaf. And the base notes are oak moss, patchouli, hyrax, and immortelle. The fuck did hyrax come from? Wow. Okay. So Acqua di Scandola. Sorry. Lemonade. That's what that smells like straight away. Lovely. Absolutely lovely. It smells like lemonade though. Like it's got this fizzy lemon, but the fizziness comes from like aldehydes, I imagine, from the water notes as well, and the juniper. They are all things fizz. Lemon, aldehydes, water, juniper. That is going to give, like, do you know when you pour a fresh glass of lemonade, fizzy lemonade, and it's like the first one from the bottle, right? And it's so fizzy, right, that when you actually drink it out the glass, the bubbles jump up your nose. That's what this is like. But now I'm starting to get something coming through in the background, something a little bit off, something a little bit green, something a little bit weedy. Something a bit more natural, something a bit more... something a little bit less dreamy. I don't want to say rot, but you know, seaweed's got that kind of slight decomposition thing going on. This has that. This has that slight, strong, salty, green. I don't want to say it's off-putting, because it's not off-putting, but there's something like not quite right, not quite as pure as there was before. you know. Not quite as pure as it was before. At all. It's good though. It does smell like lemonade at first. It's nice, it's Italian. I don't think I would ever buy it. Because I'm not really into that overtly lemon that overtly lemon sort of fizziness, fresh, zesty kind of thing, you know. Very Italian. I wouldn't be surprised if Mr. Corticciato was an Italian, because that is an Italian sounding name, isn't it? Oh shit. Sorry about that, friends. That was a camera lunch. Usually it's a Fraggle lunch. I'm leaving that in because I'm 15 minutes in and I don't edit. So, sorry about that. This next one is called Salute. And this is from the same line. This is another citrusy number, apparently. Released in 2019. Same perfumer. Top notes are grapefruit, lemon, and mandarin orange. Mid notes are wine lees, grape leaves, and iris. Base notes are oak, oak moss, and musk. Or musk. Lit de vin. This is a drink, apparently, is lit de vin. Let's see how it smells, shall we? So, salute. Big woody aspect first. Big woody aspect first. I get the oak. Excuse me whilst I hydrate, but there's this kind of fruity aspect to it. What does this remind me of? This reminds me of something I have smelled quite recently. Don't like it. Don't like it. The oak's very musty. It's got this old feeling about it. There's also a little bit of rubberiness. No, I really don't like this. There is like quite a strong aroma of rubber. That rubbery note, whatever is in there, right? I don't know what it is, but it's really off-putting. It was fruity at first. I don't like grapefruit either as a note, but it doesn't feel like any kind of like... I tell you what, do you know what it's like? Do you know when you've wrapped something with an elastic band, and then after you've like wrapped it, you can still smell the rubber on your fingers? It's that kind of smell. I'm getting that from it. I don't know what that is. That's really strange. I'm getting the wine sort of aspect. I'm getting a little bit of greenness. And a bit of brown as well from the oak. A little bit of mustiness. That is not great. I do not like that. It's got something else in it that I have smelled before and I do not like. There's a chemical or a note in there that is not pleasant to me whatsoever. Sorry if you're a big fan. That's rough. That's really quite rough. Not to worry. Next we have Immortelle Corse. Of course, it's Immortelle. These are all from the same line so far, and it's called the L'Héritage Corse. L'Héritage Corse. And this is called Immortelle Corse. Excuse me. So, I'm not really sure how I feel about Immortelle, to be honest. Oh, sample little label's not stuck down too well. Not to worry. This was released in 2019, same perfumer. And the top notes are apricot and lemon. Mid notes are saffron, just saffron. And the base notes are immortelle and oak moss. I've got some of that on my finger. Now let's have a look. I'll just let that burn off for a second. Oh! Which is the girl on that has that peachy thing at the top? So it smells like that right at the very top. I think it's not Jiki, is it? Is it Mitsuko? I mean, I've got it right there. I can just never remember. Those three, Shalimar, Jiki, and Mitsuko. I know they all smell different, but since they're in a little group in my mind. This is nice, and this would be nice on a lady. There's the Immortelle coming through there. It's like the same Immortelle sort of vibe that you get from Eau Noir. Warm, spicy. This is good. I like this. I don't know that I would wear it. In fact, I certainly wouldn't wear it. The apricot's too prominent. The apricot's too front and centre. I'm getting this warm, furry kind of vibe. You know, like the skin of a peach. Warm, spicy. Very Eau Noir territory, this. No lavender, but saffron as well, obviously, so that's like a spicy sort of thing. They're all very well made. Very well made. Fresh. It's not citrus, but fruity. Warm, spicy sort of contrast. It's given us Eau Noir vibes because of that. Because like Eau Noir is one of those really complicated fragrances that's like got a lot going on all at the same time. Especially for a modern fragrance. Like every time I smell it, when I take that, the first instant I take that breath in, right? That first instant I take in, I keep expecting the lavender to pop up. But then it never comes. because obviously that's what's in Eau Noir, you know. Get a bit of the oak moss. The apricot's drying down a bit now, but it's still there. It's still apparent. I imagine it's apparent for quite a while as well. This is a big Immortelle fragrance. Warm, spicy, little bit, just a tad milky. It's very good. It's very, very good, but I wouldn't wear it. It's not something I would like ever consider buying, you know. And last for today is Mal-Aimé, and this is from the L'Héritage Corse line as well. So let's see how this goes. Parfum d'Empire and Mal-Aimé. This was released in 2021, and this has an interesting note listing, and there's one note in this that runs all the way through it, and you will see what it is when I start reading them out. The top notes are blackberry and erigeron, fleabane. Mid notes are nettle, thistle, and erigeron again, which is fleabane. And the base notes are orris root and erigeron once more. Safe to say we will be learning what erigeron smells like today, because I've got no idea. But apparently it is the bane of fleas. There we go. I didn't want to spray there. Oh no, I thought we were going to have a Fraggle lunch there. We've had a camera lunch. We don't need a Fraggle lunch too. Oh! Oh, that's green. That's very green. Instant Eucharist vibes with the blackberry and the sheer greenness. Very, very green, like forest floor, like nettle. Totally get nettle and thistle. You know what it's like being on your hands and knees as a kid, like in the woods. You know, that's what this smells like. That is intensely green, and then it's got that little bit of, like, a little bit of colour, a little bit of darkness, you know? You know how nettles are really deep green? Especially when they're, like, in full flow, especially when, like, a nettle is, like, growing. You know how nettles can grow really quickly? Like, this is like a nitrogen-rich nettle. That sort of pungent greenness is starting to pull back a little bit now. Wow. I would have to smell fleabane on its own, because at the minute I'm getting big nettle. It's drying off a little bit. The sheer green mustiness of it is sort of calming its passion a bit now. Sorry, I'm just sitting here smelling it. It's quite an interesting thing to just like behold. It was very much like Eucharist at the top for a minute there, though. It's much softer now, and the berry sweetness is coming out, and that orris root, the roundness that iris and orris gives to a perfume is becoming much more apparent now. This is nice. These are all smells that I like to smell, but I would never wear. This is part of what happens with a fragrance brand. Or not even, sorry, a fragrance brand. This is what happens with fragrances in general. You smell things that you think, I really like the smell of that, and then you buy them and you don't end up wearing them because you wear them. No, you buy them and then you might wear them once or twice and you're like, well, I don't want to smell like this. I like the smell of it, but I don't want to smell like this. You know? This is fantastic little green, very different green, dark green, verdant, natural, foresty, woodsy kind of perfume. Okay, so the first 5 are done. I'll go back through them quickly and see what we get. Vetiver Bourbon I'm going to try on skin. That's really nice. It smells quality. Quality ingredients and quality blending. This is Acqua di Scandola. Di Scandola, I beg your pardon. It smells like lemonade, but there's a lot more greenness in there now. You know? Like very green, like seaweed kind of green. You can totally tell it's got that kind of off of the sea kind of greenness. Salute. Fruity floral. Fruity. It smells like one of the Eldo, and I can't remember which one, but it smells like one of the Eldo. It smells a little bit rosy, you know? Like a wine, you know, like a rose, I suppose. Immortelle Corse. Massive Au Noir vibes. Massive Au Noir vibes. This is the closest one that I would get to wearing that I can imagine wearing, but of these 4, not the Vetiver Bourbon, because that's not from the same line. There's a couple of other ones from this line. I'll try and dig them out as well and do them first in the next video. And then Mal-Aimé. It's got this musty greenness to it. Okay, so that's the first 5 down. Not sure how many are to go because I wasn't expecting there to be 5 in that packet, to be honest with you. I don't know what the situation is with the rest of them. Anyhow, I hope you have enjoyed these first impressions. This has taken 35 minutes. Whoops. I hope you have enjoyed anyway, if you got to watch them. If you got all the way through. There was only really the Vetiver Bourbon that's impressed us this time, but I will be trying that one on skin. I hope you will join me next time on this Discovery series. of Parfum d'Empire. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. See you later.